Here's four dudes, one from each game, where a win means just a little bit more to them. And I got to start with, you know where I'm going here with the Rams, none other than my guy, Davante Adams. NFC title game number 4 for Adams. He looks to earn his first ever trip to the Super Bowl. First trip! I can't believe it. He's one of the best players. Such an incredible season, leading the league in touchdowns in 14 games. I don't think people even know that. His instant chemistry with Stafford from training camp, from getting there, has helped fuel the MVP run. The down moments with the Raiders, with leaving, it's all leading to this. And I feel like he is too great, tremendous of a player to not at least play in a Super Bowl at some point in his amazing career. And of course, everyone knows Davante is awesome, but I feel like the average fan might not realize how high up the all-time ranks he's risen over the past year. I realized that in Chicago, being at this game, like, y'all know he's top 10. He is? He's already top 10 in touchdowns. He's one more season away from cracking the top 10 in receptions, 2 years away from cracking the top 10 in receiving yards. He will do that, and he just turned 33. There's been no slow to his game, no question. And he'll hit those marks. I know it. And if he adds a ring to that, to what I'm saying will happen in 2 years, he will be an undeniable, not just Hall of Famer, but first ballot Hall of Famer. And it was very cool because Chicago fans are smart. They hate Davante. He's perennially killed them throughout the lore and history of Davante Adams when he was with the Packers. Ahead of that game, Davante was kind enough to come say hello on the sideline, and I was surrounded by Bears fans, and they are all just like, Hall of Famer, who's Hall of Famer? They knew it. Bears fans who hate you knew it. And if he does this, and I'm rooting for him too, he's in the convo of top 5 wide receivers to ever play the game. And that's something that is easy to root for. Other side of that one, Seattle. It's Sam Darnold or nobody. I mean, maybe Grey Zabel. You guys will see that interview in a bit. But it's so easy to root for Sam Darnold. You know the story, the Jets, the back pages. I lived in New York through it, seeing the back of the New York Post, and Ghost, and Mono, and he can't do it. He went to the Panthers. I love that. A backup with the Niners. Love that. All part of his story to the Vikings. These adversarial moments lead to this. Vikings, idiots, letting him walk after a 14-win season because they were not convinced that he could do it in the playoffs, these big moments. And the question was out there, and the question was valid. And to turn around and to have Seattle on the doorstep of a Super Bowl the very next year, his first year there, easy to root for. And if he wins this one, and over the Rams, like the cinema of that, the very team that handed him his playoff disappointment, the same team that is entirely responsible for Minnesota sending him away, is this not the greatest quarterback story arc that we've seen in a freaking while? I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I love it for him. It is so freaking hard to rewrite the lazy narratives that are put upon you and that maybe have some validity to them until they don't, and he is showing you until they don't. I almost swore. I almost said the MF right now. I really almost went there. That's what he has to say, and maybe hopefully does against the Rams. So easy to root for. Let's flip to the AFC side, and guys, like, join in the conversation here, whether it's on YouTube or on social at Up and Adams Show. On the AFC side, you know who's easy to root for? I'll start with the Broncos, and a guy I've been pulling for the moment he came into the league in 2018, and he's always overlooked, Courtland Sutton. This man, this guy, Chris Collins, here's a guy who's been nothing but sheer positivity since his arrival in Denver. I don't know if anyone takes more pride in being a Denver Bronco. I've talked to him over the course of his career. We always meet up at training camp, dap each other up, have a good convo. He told me he never even thought about leaving all through the rough years at quarterback, and there were some rough moments, as we all know, okay? He could have had 2 separate cracks at free agency. Courtland, loyal AF. You think guys can't be loyal? Enter Courtland Sutton. I know 31 teams that Courtland want to come join our team. Like, and who would have blamed him for leaving? No one, not even Broncos fans, probably, with all that tumult at the quarterback spot. No stability in the leadership. He loved it. He's a Bronc freaking go. You know what I'm saying? And he had so much faith in the organization. Faith rewarded right now as he sits 1 game away from the Super Bowl. You're thinking about these quarterbacks. Let's give you some facts here. When I say no one would have blamed him for leaving, look at what this man, Courtland Sutton, endured here and the level of play he had with them. This is the full list of 11 different quarterbacks he had in Denver by the age of 28 before finally getting Bo, putting up back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, getting his long-awaited opportunity to play in the playoffs. And of course, the irony of it all is that now he's going into said battle without the quarterback that he waited his entire career for. If anyone's equipped, though, mark my words here, if any player in the NFL is ready and prepared to get the most out of a backup quarterback, it's Courtland Sutton. His whole journey prepared him for this moment. If our guy has success, the backup, Stidham, if Stidham has success, it's because of, I should have said this at the top, it's because of him. It is because of Courtland. Not taken away from him at all. It's because of Courtland Sutton. Let's lead with that. And that's what it is. And how much I believe in him. I was sad for a minute when Bo went down because I remember sitting with him and he was trying to, right when Bo got there, sort of do what he's done so many times, Hamilton. We don't have to share this part on social. But, like, he's done it so many times for me, this, like, get up for this quarterback through that list of 11. That when I was sitting with him when it was Bo, I was like, because I've heard it before. It's like, he's so rah-rah and all of that. So it's kind of, it's a little bit interesting to me because then it's like, he really believed in him and he's his guy. I will also say this. We went to Broncos camp 2 years ago when Bo, it was Bo, right?
Yeah. Bo's rookie year.
Bo's his quarterback. I'm sitting with Courtland and Courtland and Pat? No, Courtland and, Judy. No,
yes.
I think it was Judy. I think it was Jerry, Judy, and Courtland Sutton. I'm sitting with the two of them 2 years ago, and this has never hit the internet because or maybe it did, I don't remember. So I'm sitting with them, and Courtland says, I think we're a playoff team, and this is after years of, like, dysfunction. This is Sean's first year? Second year? First year.
This is Sean's second. This is Sean's second year. Yeah.
Now I'm just telling a bad story. We're sitting there with Courtland, and he says, like, we are a playoff team. And there was a lot of, like, discussion just with, don't, like, from the team, don't say that, we don't want to put that out there, like, you're a veteran, like, we're, like, building pieces. They weren't ready. He knew, though. He knew what he had, maybe before Sean did. There, dunk on you, Sean Payton, because your boy Courtland knew that wasn't the messaging of the team. It completely flipped 365 days later. But he knew. He knew, and he deserves it, and he's so easy to root for, eh?
Yeah. And there you go. But yeah, no, that was Bo's rookie year where they did make the playoffs, and he was the one. And it wasn't, you could tell that was different because we'd been through that song and dance with him a few times where he's trying to get himself up for the quarterback, like you were saying, but he never said that. Yeah, that was the first time he ever made any, like, proclamations like that. Yeah, and he knew, and now he'll do it with Stidham, and I can't wait to see it. Okay, other side of this AFC battle, okay? And everyone's like, you're playing. These games are hard for me to watch because there's storylines beyond the whatever. There's who I'm rooting for, and I really am rooting for everyone to win. So that's just, that sucks, and I'm not some, like, hot takey person that has to go apologize for it later, but, like, that's what it is. On the Patriots side, can we go back up, please? On the Patriots side, there's a lot to root for there. I love that franchise. It was the franchise that let me in with the NFL, if that makes sense. Worked for the Rams a little bit a million years ago, but it was the Patriots who was my first real taste of NFL and being on the inside, and Tom Brady was there, and Robert Kraft could not be more kind and open to me in those years and since those years. So for the Patriots, if I'm a fan and I'm rooting for greatness, for history, for undeniability, for immortality in this game that we love, that's Robert Kraft, and that's easy to root for. To have this franchise on the verge of another Super Bowl this soon after Brady Belichick
is amazing. Let me be clear, these were not easy decisions this man had to make to get here. He parted ways with the greatest coach of all time, moved on from a beloved Patriot in Gerard Mayo, who he loves, after one season because he thought the right move was to bring in Mike Vrabel. And here we go once again. We've talked about how wild it is that Mr. Kraft isn't in the Hall of Fame yet. I've talked to him about it before the season even. He's on the ballot for this year. If Robert Kraft wins this Super Bowl, do me a favor. And when you're handing him the Lombardi, make sure you're just handing him a gold jacket. Do it all on the podium if that happens while the confetti's going down. Because if he accomplishes this Super Bowl, he better be in the Hall of Fame 2026. It's overdue. It's already undeniable, his resume. And so this should just be icing on the cake. Like, oh, maybe we messed up all these other. Do it. This would be conference championship number 11 for Mr. Kraft. No other owner has more than 7. And I want to remind you, this wouldn't be his first Super Bowl that didn't feature Brady or Belichick either. So miss me with that narrative. He went in his 3rd season as the Pats owner, Super Bowl 31 with Bill Parcells and Drew Bledsoe. So this would be the 3rd different head coach quarterback combo. Are you hearing me? The 3rd different head coach quarterback combo to go to a Super Bowl and win it if the Pats do it again. He should be a Hall of Famer regardless. This really just sort of cements it, completes it, makes it even more impossible to deny. That's who I'm rooting for.